The trans trend is tanking. Here's the National Women's Law Center, which I'm sure I despise at a cellular level. But here's what they reported. Blue and red states were putting period products in schools, then came the anti-trans backlash, or as I like to call it, the not insane people. Now, think about this. If you think that you are a female trapped in a male's body, you have mental illness. In the same way, if you think that you are an ancient Asian left-handed minotaur trapped in a man's body, you have mental illness. If you think that you are an oak coffee table trapped in a man's body, you have mental illness. If you think that you are a Chevy 350 classic motor with a 4-barrel carburetor trapped in a man's body, you have mental illness, because none of those things correspond with reality. Christians have always believed in something called the correspondence theory of reality, and that is that reality is that which corresponds with that which is real. This may shock you. I'm a male, and I'm 54 years old, and I'm not an 11-year-old Asian girl. If that shocks you, it's because you went to the wrong school. But what we find is when people have mental illness and mental health issues, what we've decided is compassion is not to bring them to reality, but to join them in their illusion and delusion. That is actually not loving someone. Loving someone is bringing them to reality. And so what we've done, even in some public school bathrooms, is said, well, there's a man who feels like a woman. Women have periods, therefore we need to put tampons in the school for the men. The only reason I can think that that man would need a tampon to stop the bleeding is the other men who would beat him up in the bathroom for being a weirdo. That being said, what we're seeing now is what they would call the anti-trans. It's not anti-trans, it's pro-sanity, it's pro-reality. There is a backlash now. And what people are saying is, okay, some people have mental health, some people have issues, some people have trauma, some people have confusion, some people have been abused. We love them, let's consider them, let's be compassionate. But it reaches the point where we're denying their mental health, we're denying reality, and we're encouraging others to do likewise. That's when the backlash begins. This backlash is being led by parents who are saying no more. In addition, I'm just telling you that what is coming is a legal backlash. These kids who are taken from their parents, they are taken captive like prisoners of war by the government and removed from their families. They are brainwashed by counselors who are encouraging puberty blockers and genital mutilation and mental health issues. Those kids are going to grow up. And one day, they're going to come to reality. Many of them are. They're going to say, I was lied to, and I was mutilated, and I cannot have children, and now I'm angry, and now I have a lawyer, and now I'm going to sue, and now there's going to be damages. I'm just telling you that this is what is beginning, and this is what is coming. What does this provide for the Church of Jesus Christ? Well, it provides an opportunity to teach people that we're made in the image and likeness of God, we are made with a soul, we are made with a body, and we are made male and female, and that the Bible speaks to men and women, it speaks to husbands and fathers, it speaks to wives and mothers, and it tells us to raise not just children, but sons and daughters. The people who have come to the conclusion that they have been lied to, that their children have been brainwashed, that a generation has been mutilated, they need Bible teaching so that they can then have this ability to obey what Romans says and no longer be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of their mind. This means that the Church of Jesus Christ, and hear what the Spirit is saying, it needs to raise boys and girls to be men and women, to be husbands and fathers. And that the duty of the church is to not just disciple in general, but according to gender categories. And when books like 1 Corinthians end with lines like, act like a man, That means that there are men, and we need to teach them to have masculine dignity and take on masculine responsibility. And so, thanks be to God, the trans trend is tanking. And we're even seeing this, where stores like Target years ago pushing this trans agenda massively at the front of the store to children, including, safe tuck swimwear so that children who identify as another gender can hide their genitalia. Just complete abuse that any corporation is having meetings with shareholders and owners trying to figure out how to reposition the genitalia of minors. Just for a moment, conceive that is disgusting and grooming and demonic and inappropriate and out of bounds. Well, then with the backlash, they push things to the back of the store, then they push them online, and now we're even seeing stores like Walmart saying, we're sorry, we should have never joined into this insanity, and the backtracking has begun. Because reality is like gravity. You can deny it, but eventually it wins every time. And the reality is, God is true, every man is a liar, we're made male and female, and eventually that's where we all end up.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Pastor Mark. I've been teaching the Bible for more than 3 decades and head-on constant collisions with woke culture. And I would love to get you more Bible teaching. 2 things you can do. Go ahead and watch the sermon in total and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll just keep sending you Bible teaching and we'll have a lot more fun together.